afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Turn Left from French Lick. I am Indiana's own Dana Black coming to you live from French Lick, where we talk about Indiana politics from the left side of things. What's going on, good people? I tell you what, I am super duper excited to be here on the porch talking to Democrats from all over the state, because this is what we do. We come together, we teach each other new things, we learn some skills, we reach out, we connect, because this is the final weekend of fun until the final push until the election, November 7th. And so we come down here, we commune, we educate ourselves, and we are doing exciting things. So this is my first time broadcasting live from the porch. I want to give a shout out to the State Party Executive Director, Zanae Brooks, for lining this up and giving me an opportunity to talk to the people. And yes, I'm streaming this live so you guys don't feel left out at home. This is a pretty exciting time. That's all I'm going to say. And to my left, my guy, the person that brought me to my very first French Lick all those years ago. My man, my fellow Stonewall board member, Russ Sipes. Russ, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dana. It's a beautiful day on the porch today.
It is, man. When did you get in? Did you get in last night or today?
No, we just got in today. We had a big event last night in Seymour.
Okay, yeah, I think I heard about that one. I was moving a little slow yesterday, so I didn't get down till late. I was at the NCSL conference with all the state legislators, and then my colleagues at Act Blue are younger than me, and they kept trying to make me hang out all night. And I'm like, yo, I got to go to bed.
Well, you need a nap to hang out here tonight.
So how has French Lick impacted your life, or how does this event matter to you and all the work that you do for the party?
Well, I've been coming here for a long time, long before the renovation even, and I've seen a lot of changes. What I've seen this year and in the last few years has been an invigorating influx of young people, and new energy.
Yes.
And it's a great thing to see.
Yes.
Actually, I see fewer faces I recognize, but there are a lot of younger faces.
Well, that's a good thing,
yeah,
right? That
good
means
thing.
we're making room for the young people. And actually, I'm going to have a young person on a little later, James Wells, who's the new president of the Young Democrats. I'm going to have him on today to talk to us as well. But you know what? French Lick means for us Democrats when we come together. What is the process like for you? How does it feel when you're with your fellow Democrats and we're out here educating ourselves? We got workshops and things like that.
Well, I think what's most important for me, and I've seen, is people get together in one spot. We spend so much time all over the state, so separated, and trying to communicate with each other and trying to combine our energies and our messages. And when we come here together, it's as social as anything, but that's very important because we don't get the opportunity to do that often enough.
No, we don't. And with the candidates coming, you know, they're always knocking doors, they're making phone calls, they're doing the campaign stuff, and it's got them a chance to, like, let their hair down a little bit.
Well, they do that, yes. Well,
no,
that
what
comes
happens
later
at
tonight.
French Lick stays at French Lick. I'm just trying to tell you, don't nothing happen. We just have workshops and learn how to digital fundraise.
Okay.
I tell you what, the first time you brought me down here, I didn't know what to expect, right? I didn't have any expectations. I just knew, like, I had never been to French Lick before you brought me down here. And I realized that you got to have stamina for this.
Oh, yeah.
This ain't for the weak at heart.
You look for a few minutes in a soft chair.
What has been probably the most memorable moment of IDA for you for all the years that you've been coming?
I think it's been actually the morning legislative breakfast.
Yeah.
Out back, outside,
Yeah.
and everybody fresh for the morning. That's
Yeah.
been an interesting time.
Yeah. Well, this year, my employer is actually the sponsor, one of the sponsors of the legislative breakfast. Act Blue is one of the many sponsors who are supporting this amazing opportunity. You know, I forget sometimes there's a pool in the back. Like we get so busy, we forget we could actually go swimming if we wanted to.
Well, there are 2 pools and a hot tub, so you got plenty of room.
But so, guys, if you have not ever had the opportunity to come hang out in French Lick for IDEA, and you're a Democrat, just wanting to get to know people, getting to network with people, put it on your calendar. Save your coins, because it ain't cheap. Save your coins and come on down. And for my young people, I know a lot of my young folks, they like to share rooms. So, split the difference, split the cost. I've gotten to the point where I don't really like to roommate like that. Me and you did, because we homeboys like that. And, yeah, we had I'll never forget, just you like taking me under your wing and saying, come on, let's roll. I will never, ever forget that. Except at the time you was trying to get my ex-wife to spend a whole bunch of money on. Fellas, let me talk to you, fellas. Do not let this guy right here, Russ Sipes, near your wife. No, he's not going to try to holler at her. He's going to show her all the sales. And you're going to need another job. I'm trying to tell you, do not let him anywhere near your wife. So what kind of exciting events? Tell me about the event that you went to last night. Share that with me.
I didn't. By the time I got here from Seymour,
What happened in Seymour?
that was my wife, Trish Whitcomb.
What about her?
Announcing her candidacy for District 69 for the Indiana House.
Who would she be running against?
That would be Representative Jim Lucas of recent fame.
I think we could take him. I think Trish can take him. What do you think?
I know she will.
So what was the turnout like?
Oh, it had a great turnout. We had over 100 people at the announcement, raised a ton of money, and just had a great time.
I love it. Well, we're all going to be rooting for Trish down against the clown. I mean, you have a serious person against a clown.
We do, and it's a tough district. It voted practically 70-30 last time. And this guy's been there for now 5 terms, but it's time to make a change. And I think this is the one that'll show that it can be done.
I believe it can be done. And if anybody can do it, Trish can do it because she's so knowledgeable on how to run campaigns. She understands how to fundraise. She understands how to network. She does all the things that a candidate should do correctly. I think we're going to be in really good shape, and she's going to definitely change some hearts and minds down there.
I think so, too. And for someone who spent most of her life in Democrat politics, she comes from a Republican family. Her father was a Republican governor of Indiana.
Yeah.
And she speaks to people in ways that aren't really about politics. They're about the things that affect everyone's life.
Absolutely.
And that's what people need to hear.
Absolutely. I'm really excited. So, guys, if you're wanting to know why I'm not having any candidates on, there's just too many. And these candidates be in their feelings. I can't get them all on, so I'm not doing any. But if you just happen to be a board member, a fellow board member of mine, and you're married to one of the candidates in 2024, then you get a shout out. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
But listen, hey, that's 2024. But we are really focused in on 2023. Indiana Stonewall Democrats, we have our endorsement forms out, and any municipal candidates who are running and would like to have that Indiana Stonewall Democrat endorsement, fill that form out so that we can get some money, because we raise money to give the candidates money. Do you have any parting words that you would like for the Turn Left listeners?
Get out and vote.
Hey.
And bring your friends.
Yeah.
And your family.
Yeah.
And your neighbors.
Yeah.
And strangers off the street if they're registered.
That's it. All right, my man. We're going to bring some more guests on I Love You. Mwah. That's my guy. My guy. Next up, I'm going to bring to you the newly minted, fresh off the presses, president of IYD. We're going to give him a chance to put his headset on. There you go. And he can pick up the mic. Now, wait, before you say a word, I want y'all to know my ego is about to take a hit. Because homeboy got the best voice. All right, say hi to the people, James Wells.
Dana, it's good to
Okay, wait a minute. Your mic is not on. Let's try that again. Try that again.
Hey, Dana.
Oh, there he
everyone.
go. Did I tell y'all he had the suavest voice in the business? How are you, sir?
Well, I've been doing great. It's been a summer putting in a lot of work and staying busy. So
Well, okay, congratulations on
Thank
becoming
you.
the new
Thank you.
IYD chair.
thank you. It's an honor to have this.
Real
this
talk,
role.
you got some big shoes to fill.
I do. REL set the bar high, and but that certainly gives us where we need to shoot our shot at and raise the bar even higher.
And I believe you can do it. You were also the vice president of IYD for many years.
Yeah.
Well, tell folks why at such a young age you wanted to be involved in Young Democrats.
Well, to be honest, there's no one out there that represents or speaks for young people. So the
Okay.
only way to get to a point where there's that representation is to put in the work in supporting organizations and its members like the Young Democrats.
Okay.
And recruiting and training and growing that
Okay.
bench. So then we can get to the point where Indiana is painted blue and not red.
Hello. And was there like a certain mentor or a certain individual that had introduced you to it, or did you just stumble upon it?
I've had a number of people along the way, certainly from my hometown of Gary, Indiana, GI.
GI in the
shout out.
house, the region.
Folks like Senator Eddie Melton, who's
Yeah.
running for mayor. Folks like former Mayor Karen Freeman Wilson. Then I've had fortunate folks like you,
Hey.
Dana, along the way.
But you were here before me.
Yeah, but to have that support along the way and that uplifting of young people, even when we met you later, it has been so fulfilling and has helped in ways. Dana, I wish we could put into words how appreciative we are.
Man, I'm so excited. Well, young people, I like to hang out with young people because young people keep you young. Old people gonna make you old. I'm just gonna tell you.
Hey, we don't say we say young at heart.
Well, I like to say seasoned like a good old iron
good
skillet,
experience.
honey. Give me that catfish. Come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? It got to be seasoned. IYD, of all the caucuses, from my personal opinion, has been the most productive caucus of all the caucuses. I love all my caucuses. Don't trip. I don't want no hate. But IYD has consistently set the bar and changed the game. The first place people need to look is in the bank account.
Yeah.
You guys have been consistent in raising lots of money and then offering leadership opportunities for other younger people with pay. Where did that concept come from, and how did you all develop that in IYD?
That concept came from even looking within our own community and looking at issues that are going to be coming up during the campaign. Certainly the municipal cycle and the presidential cycle of issues of being paid what we're worth and not being used all the time for free labor.
Come on.
Because young folks, we have a lot to contribute.
Yes, we do. I mean, y'all do.
And we're part of this community. So to not be able to show up and not be able to financially support young people and folks who support young people, that's the highest level of action we can take to put our action behind our word.
I love it. Now, the other thing about the IYD, you guys have caucuses within the caucuses, and you all have members from, I imagine, with all 92 counties?
Just about. We have had certainly growth with our chapters in Marion, Hamilton, Allen County, even looking in expanding into Huntington that just charter, and Steuben County that is on its way to getting a charter. We have a group of folks in LaPorte County,
love it,
in Boone County, all over the state. So we're not leaving any stone unturned. We are going to every corner in the state because young people's voices matter, not just in urban areas, but suburban and rural areas and everywhere between.
And is that a part of your recruitment process?
Yes. If we're ever going to take back Indiana, we need to be able to position ourselves to recruit anywhere, no matter what, and have conversations with folks where they're at.
And what was the discussion about creating the caucuses within the caucuses?
Yeah, to provide a much better space that goes beyond just age.
Okay.
Because we have issues of the environment. We have issues affecting the Black community,
Okay.
the LGBTQ plus community.
Okay.
Issues facing the Latinx and Hispanic communities. So within that, to say there was a space out there, you know, in any other part of the party or politics for young people, this helped us to get to our mission of organizing people where they're at within these spheres and safe places.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. Y'all, I wasn't trying to like diss nobody, but you know, I sit on Stonewall, I work with IDAC, and I can see the impact that you guys are having with young people across the country, because then they end up helping us out in these other organizations. Because I think about Chris Roman. I still miss Chris Roman. He can come back now. He's out there living his best life.
Anytime you want, Chris.
Right? He's out there living his best life. But I think about how you guys are cultivating leaders, not just people to be put in position. What is the philosophy behind developing young people into leaders?
Our philosophy has been, one, need to recruit and need to, from day one, when you're in a position of leadership, immediately look for somebody to come up. Because one of the things as a young Democrats we always have to face up is the inevitable of aging out.
Yes.
So we have to constantly think about the next generation, reaching out and pulling someone up behind us. Because when you look at it, it's been 20 years since Democrats have had a trifecta or
oh my God.
controlling the state house and the statewide offices.
Can we just win one statewide?
And we're going to need young people. It's been 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years of new voters on the block who need to be reached out to, who need to have conversations with, who need to be recruited within. That's 20 years of potential that we have as Democrats.
And there's a certain kind of value in people being with their peers.
Of course.
Right? There's a certain kind of it makes you just feel good inside when you have somebody that's your age and that understands your life.
Talk to who again gets back to representing you and into your community.
I love it. And now let's talk about the future. I'm trying to get the attention of one of the Marion County young what's his tell me his name.
Like
Superman.
We got two Supermans.
Okay, right.
We got Sean Johnson.
I know Sean. That's my nephew.
And then we got Wes.
That's who I want.
Of the Marion County Young Democrats.
How do I get Wes down here? Can y'all get Wes for me? Tell him to come down here. Y'all need to see
with the good hat.
Wes, come on down here, Wes. I want to see Wes, and I'm gonna have my nephew come on in a minute. But I want Wes because I need y'all to see Superman. Come around the mic come around the camera that way. Yep. And then I want you to put these headphones on. Y'all need to see Superman. I'm not playing. Y'all think, oh, he tall too. Look, all right, now pick up this here mic. Can you hear us in your headphones?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
Okay, we hear you just fine. Wes, tell the people who you are. Okay. I got the young boys.
I am both National Committee Rep for Indiana Young Dems.
Okay.
And I'm also Vice President for Marion County Young Democrats.
So, I got two young people here, and I'm going to bring Raven on in a minute. Guys, talk about the impact that IYD has had on you individually. I'm going to start with the vice chair of my county, Marion County, and talk about the impact so that we can encourage young people to come join us.
Well, I think that there's been, just in the last couple of months, just being in IYD, I've seen way more political individuals than I ever had and gotten a lot closer to politics and actually how policy is implemented and reached on the ground. And it's got me really excited about the next couple of years and how not just me, but we all are going to shape the future.
I love it. I love it. Mr. President?
Yeah, so being in this organization for a while and building my way up, I can say that it certainly has changed me in a way where even though there's been a lot of dark days as a Democrat in Indiana, I have certainly found my team and my fellow soldiers on this front line of fighting for our democracy. So it is impacting me in a way and showing me who's going to be on our team and who we're going to be fighting for and with to save our democracy.
All right. So now, you the new president. Talk about your plan for the future and what you want to see happen during your term.
Certainly, we want to grow the bench, get that next generation of young Democrats ready to go, whether it means running for office, managing campaigns, organizing communities. We want to expand and grow the bench, and that means starting with planting the seeds now, so that way the trees providing that shade later when I am long gone out here.
And how does Marion County play into his vision?
Well, so it's one thing that Raven has really done a good job of trying to outreach is the marginalized communities in Marion County and making sure that they have a voice and they're participating in Marion County Young Dems. And the biggest thing that we need to do as Marion County is implement James's vision, especially when it comes to membership development. That's one of his biggest pushes, and especially after COVID, we want to make sure that people are getting back together, people are getting on the ground, because one thing that I say all the time is if you want to change your individual life, there's a lot of different things you can do, and politics could be one of them. But that's just something that, maybe it doesn't make sense for you to be focusing on politics. Maybe you got to go to get a degree or certification or, work with family or whatever. But if you want to change everybody's lives, if you want to make things better for everybody, the only way you can do it is with other people and in politics.
You do have a good team. I'm excited about it. All right, do y'all have any events coming up that we need to know about? Run them down.
Yes, well, I would say by the end of the month, IYD, the Indiana Young Democrats, will be launching our endorsement applications for this municipal cycle.
Okay.
We are excited to support many Democrats on the ballot this year who are running in their towns and cities for mayors and city council and town councils. And then next month, we'll be launching something exciting. So.
Okay. I'm actually excited to see how many young people are on the ballot. They're not waiting their turn. They showing up and throwing up the hands like we gonna throw balls in the ballot box.
We had over 40 run in the primary.
Wow. Congratulations. And they all went through the IYD Young Democrats program?
Not yet.
Okay,
so
all right.
We'll be getting
That's
there.
all right. They show up, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And we find ways to support them.
And that's the most important thing, is that we find ways to support young people. Guys, I'm over here. I'm a Gen Xer. I need y'all to understand I'm a Gen Xer. But the life of who we are as a party lie within our young people. Listen to these folks. They're mentoring other young people. They're offering leadership opportunities. Find a way to support them. Where can they find you guys? First, Marion County, the smaller version.
So we are on Instagram. We've got Instagram, Marion County Young Dems. Our email is mcyd317@gmail.com. We've got MarionCountyYoungDems.org online that you can reach out as well. My cell phone number is 513-884-0067. And then the next event that we're going to have, where you can also come in and reach us in person, is our high school call out.
Yes.
On August 31st at the Center Township Government Center or the Julia Carson Government Center.
I love it. Before I get to you, the first time I spoke at a high school, a young person reached out to me and said, "Hey, Dana, I feel you. Will you come and speak at my high school?" Do you know who that was? He had organized his own high school Democrats. You know who that was? Nick Roberts. Nick Roberts is on the ballot for city council in Lawrence.
He's out shaking hands over here.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm telling you, when I met him as a young buck at 17 years old, I was like, what was I doing at 17, right? Tell the people where they can find the Indiana Young Democrats.
Yes, you can find Indiana Young Democrats on most major social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach us at info@indianayoungdem.org and find us on our website at indianayoungdemocrats.org.
I love it. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Turn Left. How you like IDEA? I got to ask that part.
Well, what happens in French Lick
Stays in French Lick. Young people know early. They know the rules early. Thanks, Wes. I know you didn't even know I was going to ask you to do that. But, you know, when Superman in the house, you got to call Superman up. I mean, my God.
I appreciate you calling me up.
He worked the Stonewall tent. And I thought it was so sweet because he was so kind to all the fellas that were hitting on him. He was like, look, I know I'm fine. I know I'm fine. I'm like, that's confidence. I was like, all right, me and Wes can roll together. James, bro, I love you so much. Congratulations on taking the leadership reins. You know me, whatever y'all need from Indiana's Own, I'm right here to help you out. But I know you got this. Congratulations, my man. Congratulations. I love you. All right, guys, it's time for me to make room for the ladies. All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I'm going to have Miss Raven come up and Miss Samantha come up. They're going to come and talk to us. Y'all went on a trip. Come on. Come on. They come and Miss Samantha, she's a mother, so sometimes she got to make them phone calls. Go ahead and put your headphones on. Good people, we in French Lick, Indiana, hanging out on the porch. Can I get a yo? Where my Democrats in the house make some noise? All my Democrats in the house make some noise. We on the porch. This is your mic right here. Testing, 1, 2.
Yeah.
All right, I love it. Come on, Miss Samantha. You a mother. I know that you probably had out that one kid phone call, didn't you? You had that one last kid phone call.
Okay.
That's you. All right, y'all. Indiana's Own Dana Black. Now we are with the president of the Marion County Young Democrats, Raven. I can never say your last name. You know that, right? So I'm not even going to butcher it. I just call her Raven. Raven, tell the people your last name so I don't screw it up.
Raven Rogel.
Raven Rogel. Okay, these are
double R.
dynamic mics, so you have to pull them kind of close. There we go. That's why we put these on.
Kiss the mic.
Kiss the mic.
Kiss the mic.
And on my right, I love this girl, man. She's representing State Party IDAC,
Yeah.
Samantha Douglas. But more than that, Far East Side, Marion County. She was doing her thing before she brought her skill set to the party. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
I love it.
Excited to
Okay.
be here.
Yeah, I love it. First, before we get into party stuff, what was that trip y'all went on? What kind of trip was that? Y'all was in D.C. What's up?
The CBCI boot camp, so the Congressional Black Caucus Institute boot camp. It was fun. It was a nice time. We were nominated by Congressman Carson, and it was us two and Zanae.
Zanae Brooks, our executive director of our
Yes.
party.
It was a good time.
Well, what was it about?
Well, so it was Leadership Development Institute, and it's one of the best examples of walking your talk.
Okay.
So way
Yeah.
back when, I believe the first class was 2002, we learned. Clyburn and Thompson and the crew, they were told that there weren't enough black political operatives or there weren't enough black political candidates that they could
To work
put
campaigns.
up, and
Yeah.
their response was bet.
Yeah.
We'll create an institute
Yeah.
in which we're training them, getting them ready, and putting them in these spaces where they can network with us and network with you and be able to do this for as long as it needs to be done.
I
And
love
it really emphasized on campaigns, the different roles of campaigns, how to raise money, how to, all of the things. So we spent a week doing that intensively in
Okay.
Maryland.
And were there other women, or other people of color around the country?
It was black people from all over the country. It was so dope.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite parts was the people connection.
Okay.
It was black leaders from all over the country. We had people from Oakland, from Mississippi, from Florida, from
US Virgin
Tennessee,
Islands.
U.S. Virgin
Yes.
Islands. We everywhere. Illinois, Ohio, New
I
York.
love it. I love it.
was such a space of nurturing
Yes.
as well, right? There was so much empowerment, not just from our cohort, but from the Congressional Black Caucus, right?
Yeah.
To
Yes.
hear the next speaker of the House of Representatives,
Yeah.
Hakeem Jeffries.
Oh, my God.
That it's our time, that
Yep.
we will soon hold those seats and we'll soon be in those spaces, was so empowering to hear. And it was so uplifting and encouraging. And those are our road dogs. We
Oh,
talk
my
pretty
God.
much
Yeah.
every day with our cohort. support.
Okay, so was it
Yep.
just me or the night that they voted on the speaker and Hakeem Jeffries' speech was like,
ABCs of democracy.
come on. Well, they need to give the ABCs to that orange fool, but never mind. He don't really care about democracy. He really don't care. He really don't care. Well, I'm glad that you all had an amazing opportunity to do that. I need to holler at my congressman. I was never nominated.
Okay.
I'm feeling some kind. No, I'm not.
Get
No,
on
I'm
them.
not.
Listen.
And also, Samantha is a Hoosier Woman Forward. You haven't gone through the
Yeah.
program yet, have you?
No, but I just got into SKL.
Okay,
Step by
okay.
step, we're taking our steps.
I love it. And see, listen, y'all, leaders get the training they need to lead.
Yeah.
They don't just show up one day and like, I'm a leader. I'm a
Exactly.
leader.
Exactly.
You go do the work. All right,
Yeah.
let's start with Marion County Young Dems because I Superman, you know I can't take you
other half.
nowhere. Oh my God. Like,
That's my other half.
I love it. And listen, he's so cute. Like he was. I'm telling you, he was working the Stonewall booth, and the fellas was like, eh? He was like, because I was like, bro, you need me to walk with you? You good? He's like, I know I'm fine.
Okay. You better know it. You better know it.
He is expecting and anticipating, the flirts. You know what I'm saying? He
blue
knew it
eyes.
was going to happen. All right. Talk about what's happening in Marion County from the president's perspective. What are you working on?
Yeah, so a big part of my presidency and the goal of my administration was to educate, empower, and engage.
I love it.
And so us starting up the Marion County High School DEM,
Love it.
us creating spaces for recruitment and political affairs, and even having the opportunity to take our board in these spaces with us to YDA,
Yeah.
create a space for young Black and brown and marginalized operatives that don't always have the chance.
Yeah.
That's been a huge part of the goal. So we've been doing that. We're getting ready for the masquerade.
Hey.
Okay.
When is that?
That's October 21st at the Madam Walker
October
Ballroom.
21st. So that's 10. Wait a minute. I'm going to put that in the chat. The masquerade. 10, just so I don't forget. 21, 2023. Except for it ain't working. Here we go. 21, 2023 at the Madam Walker Building. Hold on.
Yes.
Y'all keep talking.
Yeah, so 1021, that is so huge for us that we were able to, again, try to walk our talk, right? We always want to fundraise because call time and fundraising is essential. So what we are doing,
Girl.
you need money in this space. But we also wanted to be intentional about where we hosted the event.
Okay,
And
okay.
what better way to do that by honoring Madam Walker's legacy, right? As a young Black woman who walks in her shadow, I strive to create those spaces, and I'm so happy that we're able to do that. But most importantly, leading up to that, we have so many events and days of action coming forward. I'm so excited for our call out meeting on August 31st at the Julia Carson Government Center, where we'll be introducing the world to our high school Democrats, which is led by a young Black woman. You see, we walk our talk in these spaces.
Hey.
We walk our talk. And we have Victoria Garcia Wilburn, the newly elected representative, kicking
Come on
off
now.
the
Come on.
meeting. And in September, we have a special guest. Hopefully, we'll have somebody
Oh.
doing Act Blue training.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, there
Come
you
on.
go.
You know you're the Act Blue lady. Come on.
Hey, did you have your account? Do you have your account? That's all I want to know. Yeah, of course. Of course. Act Blue. Definitely. Absolutely. Because we teach them young. And you guys are more digitally savvy than some of our seasoned veterans anyway. So it's time for y'all to start taking over those finance roles anyhow so y'all can raise some money for people.
Raise some money for people.
So what is your experience been like being the president of the Marion County Dems, and what is your greatest takeaway from the work that you're doing?
It's been filled with its highs and lows. I want to be honest and transparent in saying that a lot of people don't recognize what it takes to step into this space as a young Black woman. These are spaces that, although they are now diverse, they weren't always that way. And a lot of people forget that the infrastructures are often the problem, not just the people.
That's a
and
fact.
So we've been working to change the infrastructure, which is why I'm so excited. Samantha invited us to co-collaborate on Power to the Polls, which she'll talk about more. But, creating that space and being intentional and making sure that I'm supported by the people around me has been so special to me, because my takeaway is sometimes you might have to walk alone, but if you have somebody to take the journey with you, that's even better.
It's so much better. It's so much better that way. That way you guys can have the experience. You can see things from different perspectives. And then you can also teach and grow and learn and help each other develop. And that's the most important thing. I think people get so caught up in, look at me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look at me. I tell y'all know my motto is, if you running for office because you think you look good on a poster, find something else to do. Find something else to do. All right,
I can't run because I think I look good on a poster.
I mean, don't let that be your main
I'm
reason.
playing. I'm playing.
You know what I'm saying? Don't let that be your main reason why you running.
I'm channeling Wes's energy.
Okay, Superman, I'm trying to tell you. I know I'm fine. All right, let's switch gears because, you know, we are talking about, you know, and I love that both IYD and Marion County Young Dems have highlighted marginalized communities. Obviously, for those who are confused, it does not mean that white people are not invited. You are more than welcome because y'all started it. We just trying to carve out space because sometimes our white brothers and sisters in here talk about us, talk about who we are as black people. They think we're trying to take the sunshine away from them. That's not it. I just wanted to get that out there because I don't want to hear no stuff later.
And you gotta be intentional because you have to remember, I've lived in this skin, I've walked in this skin, and so I recognize what it takes to be in this skin.
Yeah.
And that's a perspective that everyone doesn't have.
Exactly. And honestly, when our nation spends so much time being intentional about exclusion, it's now time to be intentional about inclusion.
That
right there is just, you know, how I live my life. All right, I want to switch gears. We have talked about two of the caucuses, YDs and Stonewall. Talk about IDAC.
Come on, IDAC.
Tell me what your role is in IDAC.
I'm the communications director for IDAC State.
I thought you was the vice chair.
No, the beautiful vice chair is over there.
Why did I not know that? Lamicra.
Miss
Now she gonna come
Lamicra
over here and
Martin.
give me a black eye because I should have known that. But if I go to a meeting, I might.
Okay. Listen, and y'all too. Okay, because if your skin is, you know what I mean, you should be in these meetings
All the time.
Well, talk about IDAC and what role IDAC plays in the party.
So we are the Indiana Democrat African American Caucus. So we get to focus on black people. It's my favorite thing. Let me tell you, because I come from community organizing. And in that space, you know, I have to be inclusive of all communities. And it's refreshing to be in a space where I get to unapologetically focus on black people, their development, their leadership, and their place in the civic process. So that's exciting.
Love it. And there's a need for IDAC to be in all parts of the state.
Yes.
I know that there are certain counties where we just ain't there, so we get that part.
Yeah.
But talk about the need to be in Lake County and Allen County and Vanderburgh County and St. Joe County and all the counties.
I mean, honestly, one of my best examples about this when this comes up is the fact that we turned Indiana blue for Barack Obama. Okay. We turned Indiana blue for Barack Obama. Okay. So we win elections. We can swing elections. We can do that as a community. And all it takes is collective action. Part of that collective action is making sure we're hitting black people that are everywhere. Yeah. Right. Even if it's a little handful in the middle of nowhere, you know, whatever.
Right.
That's we got to do that. Those are still votes. So we just and honestly, I'm tired of us just being focused on votes and not being focused on building relationship. It's very transactional, and that has turned off our community
She's
so
starting
much.
Troubles over here.
I'm sorry.
Trouble.
I can't do
That's
anything
that good
to be
trouble.
honest.
That's that good trouble.
That's good trouble. That's a fact. Where's Nicole at? That's good trouble.
And so getting in these communities and building relationships, I'm 100% with that because that's how you build trust too,
Yes.
right? Isn't there there's distrust out there? And
Yes.
one of the things I loved about you, when we first met at the Dominic Dorsey's event,
Yes.
you know, and you were adamant about where you were, and I just all I did was talk to you, right? All I did was talk to you, and I watched you take what your already passion for community and bring those skills to the party. Why did you think it was important to bring your community engagement, community uplift into the party?
And it wasn't, I love this. I love that you asked this because it wasn't the warm and fuzzies. It's not because I fell in love with the agendas of all of these people and stuff. You know, it wasn't. We love to try to say these philosophical things, but honestly, it was about effectiveness. Okay. Right? We can do more together than we can alone, like we've talked about multiple times here. And when it comes to effectiveness and alignment for our community, I don't see a different option than our Democrat Party. And so once I decided to make that alignment, then it was simple, right? Because now it's about, I want it to be successful.
So not only are you a community organizer, you are an HWF alum. Now, y'all know, hey, if y'all know anything about Indiana's Own, I love me some Hoosier Women Forward.
Okay, you got with one. Right?
Okay. Why you got to put my business out there like that? Dang.
We love Nicole.
Everybody loves Nicole. I see my vice precinct man over there. My vice
Come
PC.
on,
I love it. I love it. Talk about, give people, because I try to encourage as many women as I possibly can to go through this program. Yeah. Talk about the program and what it meant to you.
Yeah. So one of the things that I really loved, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I'm fairly new to the political space. I was in community organizing for a long time, which if you're in organizing, you know, it's pretty different. And the relationships that you build are different. And so being a part of Hoosier Women Forward really helped me build a network with women who are politically, civically involved and minded. Mm-hmm. So these are women that are running for office, gonna run for office, thinking about that. These are women who they want to expand in the same way you do. So I think there's power in being in the room with people who think and want to move like you to begin with. You add on top of that they're just badass women, and then it's super fire. And then you add on top of that, you get to bring in amazing women who can share their stories, their experience running for office, because we have unique experiences running for office as women, as Black women, oh my God, or minority
and our
women.
fellow women of color, because there's know, Latino sisters, our AAPI sisters, that ain't 80 for them either.
Same. So it was great hearing from them, hearing how they navigated those challenges. A theme that came up a lot is how we balance our lives, because a lot of us are also mothers and we're in relationships and we're CEOs. And as much as we are badasses, sometimes we have to learn how, to do that in balance so we're not threatening our mental health and our families. So it was nice.
Well, I congratulate everybody. And the Class 6 was announced last week.
Yes.
Ladies, if you have never applied to be a Hoosier Women Forward, stop wasting time. The applications typically open up around May, June. Trust me, follow my page. I will post it. You don't even have to worry. I will definitely post it. All right, IDAC. Yes. Power to the polls. You mentioned it. You talked about it. What is this collaboration y'all doing? What is this Power to the Poll thing? What's this all about?
So Power to the Polls, I feel like this is such a baby of the community organizing work, and then coming in and seeing where our Black people just really do not see themselves in this space. And that's just a general statement, right, about community. And so coming out of that, what was birthed was like, man, we really need a directed effort at engaging and building long-term sustainable relationships with the Black community and helping them to see, regardless of where they start, that this is a home for them, right? The Democrat Party, the caucus, it's the home, and it's where we have best alignment and the best place to really be effective in this space to get the things that our community needs, because that's the goal, right?
Okay. And so what is it? What are you doing? Is there an event? What is it?
So Power to the Polls is a Black voter engagement campaign where honestly, we're not doing anything that's like earth shattering. We're going back to the basics, grassroots organizing, door-to-door canvassing. Like I said, I think some of the tweaks that we've made now is like building genuine relationships rather than transactional ones. So this is slow and respectful work. We love that quote. This is slow and respectful work. So this isn't anything we're trying to rush through or rush to. This is a long-term strategy to get our people out, get them to vote, get them involved in the process so we can start to create a pipeline of really amazing Black leaders that can represent us well in this space.
I love it, because when we turn out, the votes change. That's
Yep.
why they write policies to keep us from the ballot box or
Yep.
make it difficult for us to get to the ballot box. If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't work so hard to keep it from
That's
you.
a fact.
So what inspired this? What did you see that we needed to do as a party to get this thing popping?
Well, so again, coming from community, and you pointed out before when you talked to me, I felt disenfranchised by both parties, right? I didn't want any parts of it. And it was just in learning more and having a lot of conversations. I didn't really know a whole lot. I was just open, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think that I'm special in that way. I think a lot of our Black community is open to hearing real solutions. They just want you to talk to them authentically, though. They want you to be able to have these conversations, be understanding of how they feel and where they stand currently, but also have the know-how, the resources, the networking and all that stuff to help get them past that, which is what you did for me. So really it's kind of like replicating what you did for me, but like with all of our residents, right? That's really what Power to the Polls is about. And that's what brought this about, is just the need to get more of us out. Also, I will say there's like a undertone of really trying to reach our Black men too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
like that.
I think as a party, we struggle there. We struggle with really connecting and landing with our Black men. And so I really want to figure out, how do we best engage them? And the way that we do that is by engaging them, talking to them, hearing that from them, and hearing how we can serve them.
I love it. And, one of the things that I learned by engaging with you, like I know I was sharing stuff with you, but I was learning something was, okay, that's her lane is not my lane.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to, because I thought I was the universal speaker. I can talk to everybody, and everybody feels and understands because I'm a communicator. I recognized that I was missing some things because you were able to show me what I was missing. So trust, know, and believe, if I was helping you, you were helping me.
I appreciate that.
And that's why I continue to encourage you, because you can go into a space and communicate in the space that the great communicator can't do.
Yeah.
And that's facts.
And that's, I really think it's just like, and that's lived experience. Like, I don't go in there talking to folk like I assume I know the life that they're living or everything that they've went through or nothing like that. But what I can tell you is I know what it's like to be broke, to have 4 Black sons, raising them in this country. I know what it feels like. I have 4. I have 4 boys from 15 to 5.
Oh, Jesus.
And I know what it's like to be fearful, knowing that this country is not safe for them right now.
Yeah,
And
that's scary.
how can I impact this country, our legislation, our leadership, so that by the time that they are grown, it's at least more safe, right?
Add to that.
Well, I wanted to speak about how our collaboration happened. So we don't talk enough about it, but in this space, this is my sister. Like, we are family in this space. We are family outside of this space, and we talk often, right? We support each other and bounce ideas off of each other. She tells me when I'm wrong, vice versa.
She tell me too.
We have those really intentional conversations. And when I first began this presidency, one of the things I was told was you can't use the Marion County Young Democrats to re-enfranchise communities. You're not supposed to do that. And I said, watch me.
That doesn't even make sense.
I said, it doesn't make sense, but I said, watch me, because I believe that politics is about the people. And Samantha says one of my favorite phrases, which is deep canvassing, right? And because I come from a grandfather and a familial background where the Richard Hatchers sat in the living room and I listened to them talking about just talking to people, right? That's why we brought the barbershop series back, the Talking Shop series, in which we offered free haircuts and free hair braiding and just listened to people, because your greatest strength is in that word, the words that come from you, right? You might not have the most riches, you might not be world famous, but your word and what you do with it and what you do about it is what matters. When you take that word and you listen and you use it and you helped your community, that is what this is supposed to be about. And so when we were talking, she was just bouncing inside. I was like, okay, Can we do it? Can we do it?
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
What do you need from me?
That's it.
How can I support you? How can we use this vehicle to re-enfranchise? Because I believe
Yep.
that if you're not helping people, if you're not serving people in politics, why
Yeah.
are you here?
That's
Yeah.
a
Move
fact.
about the way.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Move about the
Move.
Get out the way. Get out the way. Oh, I'm not.
My
bad.
motto for the board is I'm running this thing like the Detroit Pistons 87 to 93.
Why you have to bring that up?
Because if you in my way, you're going to get moved.
That's Bill Lambier
So
over
we
here.
got to
Dennis Rodman.
We gotta
You know what I'm saying? Joe Dumars. Well, come on. Don't make me run it down. Don't make me run it down. Y'all, I am excited about what you all are doing and what y'all can't see out there in the internet world is we are in French Lick, Indiana. And I'm looking at a sea of beautiful brownness
That's
all
a fact.
around me. We go anywhere, we go everywhere to spread this message, but we also create community.
Yes.
Yes.
And we create community no matter where we go.
Yep.
And I applaud you, beautiful ladies, doing what y'all do.
Thank you.
We
And
appreciate
let's
you.
keep encouraging each other and strengthening each other, checking each other with love.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep it moving. Thank
Yep.
y'all so much
Thank
for
you.
chatting with us here on Turn
Thank
Left.
you.
Oh my God! Don't y'all want to be here with me? Don't you want to? I'm gonna have my nephew come up real quick. I'm gonna have Madam ED come up real quick. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Indiana's own Dana Black. Turn left. We are on the porch in French Lick, Indiana. We are chopping it up, and what happens in French Lick stays in French Lick. But you know, we're gonna do it this time. We're gonna do it this time. You know, we're gonna share some things. I'm going to talk to my nephew because I'm going to have you close it out because you deserve that, Madam Queen. Madam Queen. Wait. What?
Actually a gift.
Wait, put your thing on. I don't even know what you're talking about. What you talking about? A gift? I don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about?
This is a gift.
What, for who?
Indiana's own.
Oh. Hold on.
Is this work? I can't have this on my hat at the same time.
No, you can't. No.
Can
Okay,
you do it behind? Can you do it like this?
That's okay. Yeah, there you
One of them joints?
Yeah,
Is it gonna work?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, this is my gift for you. I told you I had something for you. You know, we did the hat gang, so yeah, I just got.
I gotta tighten it up, but that's all right.
Hats
Hey.
on. So yeah, there you go.
So funkified.
Oh,
Thank you, nephew.
no problem.
Thank
Love
you, nephew. Y'all hate nature. Y'all mad. All right. One of the reasons why. Oh, hold on a second. Hear what I'm saying. One of the reasons why I wanted my nephew to come up is because he's actually relocated. He was spending some time up in Fort Wayne, but now he's moved down to Marion County. He jump-started again and amplified the Fort Wayne, Allen County Young Democrats, but he ran for office this year. I wanted to just highlight him real quick because, you know, he sees things a little different than the rest of us. And so what have you seen because you spent some time out east.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see out that was happening out east where they win elections and what we weren't doing here in Indiana?
When people were actually working together, there was a lot of collaboration. Folks actually, you know, when they said they were sick and tired, they were actually putting in the work. One thing I learned from being over there is that we are all struggling. Now,
Word.
there are obviously certain groups who struggle more than others, but we have to work to tear down these silos. And over there on the east, they were about it. They just did not enjoy their quality of life. It's a very beautiful place. I was in New Hampshire and in Massachusetts.
It's cold up there.
It's definitely cold.
Too cold for too cold for me.
And then another thing I did was I got an opportunity to work with Michelle Wu, who won. She's the first Asian woman to win mayor in Boston. And so, like, just being able to pick her brain about the different things that go on, especially when it comes to rail. I didn't know nothing about that, you know, because I'm from Fort Wayne. We don't pay for parking.
Right.
You know, so just being able to be around the different culture of people over there was something very different. You know, it's very, very, the cultures are very, very, I saw some cultures I didn't even know existed. I was like, wait,
Right.
what is going on? But just being around those different people and working with different, you know, senators and different House reps and, you know, just locally, it just changed my opinion about a lot of things.
And when you came back, a lot of us didn't know who you were, but
Correct.
you came in like, what? You kicked the door in. You didn't knock. He didn't knock. He kicked the door in. And, you know, sometimes we'd be a little skeptical.
Yep.
We'd be like, who this dude? But you came in grinding.
Yeah.
What things were you able to implement that you saw out in New Hampshire and put down in Allen County?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion curriculum. So what I saw over there was, you know, everybody talked about these different issues, but there was no guideline. There was no form of programming that allowed them to really educate people. It was just kind of, you know, hearsay conversations. Well, you need to be able to present that in a room of people, because that's when you can really, you know, be genuine and say, hey, this is gonna work. You just have to believe in it. And so when I got the opportunity to take over as president of Allen County, I just felt it necessary to, you know, implement that, because at the end of the day, like I am a proud Democrat, but I'm Black first. So I needed to make sure that it was well understood that there's things that we need to do. We're going backwards, and we're going backwards because of the lack of education and the lack of consistent education. And so I just felt the need to do my part.
I love it. I love it. I just wanted to give that shout out because, listen, I'm so glad I done dropped some of my COVID weight. So now I can get a young buck a run for his money with his dress. And I couldn't get into none of my clothes for 2 years. But I'm coming for you, bro. And I got a bomb hat.
Yeah.
Literally one night we was on a Zoom call and we was comparing hats.
We were.
We were comparing hats. I'm telling
like
you.
people ask me about like my hats all the time, and a lot of people just honestly thought that I was like, it was a gimmick or a game.
Nah.
But that's how I grew up. Like those are the Black men that I grew up with. Everybody came in the house, they take their hat off, and then they go in and greet the family. That's how it was. So that's what I saw. And I just decided to do something different. Like, I don't want to just wear a simple black hat. Like, I want to be able to match with my suits. I like to look good.
I'm like Buggy, too. I get it from my daddy. I ain't going to lie. I get it from my daddy. Thank you so much for joining me. I want to make sure I close out with my very special guest. Thank you so much. I love you, man. That's my nephew. Y'all need to understand. That's my nephew. I call him my nephew because he is the truth. All right, finally, y'all met her. It was after we came back from French Lick when I interviewed you last time, and all of my pieces were scattered. All my pieces were scattered, and I couldn't get it together. But we got it together this time. We got it together this time. Y'all met her last year when she ran for the state auditor. She's a CPA, and she does the business. She is now our newly minted Indiana Democratic Party Executive Director, Lady Z, Zanae Brooks. Zanae, what's happening? What's up? Man, I'm so happy you here.
Am I on?
Yeah, you on. Pull it up because so they
My
can
bad.
hear.
Hello?
Yeah, no.
Am I
Yeah,
on?
you good.
Okay.
You good.
All right.
So, I guess you wasn't done after that election, huh?
Oh, we told you we wasn't.
Talk about it.
Remember, I think that night at the watch party, me and Ariel sat there and we were on, and we said, this is not it. Like, we got more work to do. There's more coalitions we need to build. There's some gaps. And now look at us a year later. I wish Ari was still here. She had to leave.
Yeah, she had to
talk about
leave.
what she's doing. But I mean, that's all we're trying to do. Like we should have won last year. I mean, we had a bomb ticket. Me, Destiny, and Jessica, right? And Tom.
Yes, and Tom.
But I think we have some leaks in our infrastructure.
Oh, that's a nice way to put that.
That's a nice way to put it. And
You're so professional.
so that's what we're working on.
That's why they would never name me executive director.
No, so that's what we're working on. We have a solid team. I'm excited about 9 staff. We've got 3 regional organizers. So when people talking about why don't we do year-round voter registration and organizing, we have that now. We have Ramel up in Lake County doing the northern. We got Malia Zafar in Central, and then we have Chrissy Gills in Bloomington that's covering Southern Indiana. So we'll be relooking at what we're doing, but right now they're helping candidates in counties locally get volunteers, do different events for voter registration, like all year round, not just around elections. So I'm excited about that. Our first example of coalition is when you had Samantha here. And so she'll tell you, like, she came out of Hoosier Women Forward, and I went to their banquet, and she said, I got this idea. Like, I want to do this thing and get Black people not registered to vote, but educate them on all of the things. And I want to do it under my organization, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, but, like, can you do it under IDAC? And then that way we can help you elevate it. And then it works well in Marion County, we can replicate it around the state. And she was like, all right, bet. And so that's what we're doing, right? A couple months later. And so that's an example of, like, if you just work together, the good things that you can do and building that coalition.
Well, you know what else, too, Madam Executive Director? Talent is equally distributed.
Yeah.
Opportunity.
That's right.
Is not.
That's right.
And we've got to do better.
Yeah.
About giving people with great ideas the opportunity to try.
Right.
Is that one of the focal points of your reign as executive director that you hope to take on?
It is. And I think if you look around the country, last year's election, you saw Black people turn out in record numbers. You saw young people turn out in record numbers. You saw Latino population do that around the country. You did not see that in Indiana. And so to Sean's point, we just never had opportunity for young people of color to be involved and to make a difference. And so I'm very intentional about creating that space for people like Samantha who want to come in and make a difference.
And we have to support them once they get here,
That's right? That's right.
And I remember sitting down and talking to her, and I might even had this conversation with you because I get a little passionate, right? A little bit. It ain't always going to be easy, and everybody ain't going to be your friend. But that's not the point.
We're not here to make friends.
We're here to get the job done.
Right. We're here to make a difference in our communities for our people. We're here to win.
Exactly. And that's why I was talking about that today. We have got to learn to work together. Personality clashes are real, but we got to learn to work together.
Right.
What are some of the things that we can anticipate as you take the party forward? I know, you and Mike Shmuel are working hand in hand, close together. What does the vision look like?
Yeah, so we're actually talking to the SEC, the board, tomorrow about our plan for the next couple of months.
Dang, I can't get a scoop or nothing.
No, I'm going to tell you now because it's not a secret. I talked about it when I ran. It's very simple. Coalitions, right? So what does that really look like and what does it mean? Getting IDAC positioned to really be able to engage organizations run by Black people, getting Latino caucus in the same position, getting our women's caucus together. But then also we have some gaps around the table from an advocacy and knowledge standpoint. We don't have an environmental council. We don't have an education council.
Right.
We don't have a veterans council. So we need to bring these people to the table, especially as we think about what is our platform going forward, what's happening around the country. We got to be able to talk about those things. So those are things we are really close on an environmental council, working with the DNC's National Environmental Climate Council.
Okay.
So we're going to bring that to Indiana. So we're doing the work.
I love it. And you know what? I think you being a CPA who is an organizer is like one of the best things our party needed. I'm so proud of you.
We didn't even talk about the money piece.
No, we
because I've been on Mike and he'll tell you, like, what is our strategy with fundraising? Who are we talking to? How are we mobilizing people? Are we tapping into these different audiences? Not the same people that we talk to all the time to get money, but like some of these corporate executives that they care about what we're doing. So how can we bring them in to help them fund what we're trying to do? But we got to have a plan. And so I'm like, I'll come up with the plan, give it to you on a platter. Now you can take this to donors and say, this is what you need to give us money so that we can strategize.
Come on. Talk that talk, girl. Talk it. Because I think a lot of times people get in their bubbles and they don't want to come out.
Right.
And we, as Democrats all over the state, got to get out of our bubble and go talk to people and let them know we're here.
Yep.
Did anybody tell you that running for office was like taking a hit of crack?
No.
They didn't tell you, huh?
They didn't, but I'm also very clear on, like, once I know that there's a problem or, like, there's an issue, you can't unknow it. I can't unsee it. And so now it's like, well, how do we fix it? Because I'm a fixer.
And what y'all don't know is when we were working on her campaign and she was talking to me via Act Blue and all that, her and Ariel were plotting, right? They were plotting. And I said, I don't even know what y'all doing, but I want to ride with y'all. And I said it that day because, you feel energy. So we are the BBB, the Black Brandy and Brooks.
Right. That's right. And we didn't know either, right? We just, we're meeting. We could tell people we were meeting like every Saturday for a couple of months after the election.
And then
like,
we get
what
busy,
do we do
yeah.
now? What do we do now? What do we do now? And so eventually the stars align, or, God opened some doors and started positioning some things. And here we are. But like, we never stopped doing the work and talking about what we want to do. So we always been prepared for it. It was just like waiting for the opportunity. And now that I'm in the seat, we got to be intentional about doing the things that I said I was going to do.
I love it. I love it. I am so excited about our party because you are the executive director. It ain't easy.
No.
Because it's, Democrats are like herding cats.
Yeah. It's a thankless job. Nobody thinks you're doing anything good enough. But I've tried to insulate our team because I know, like, we all know what we're working on. My team, I got a young, diverse team.
Right.
People under 30 that are just doing great work. So I'm trying to protect them.
Love it.
So that they understand the work that they do is important. And we just heads down doing the work. Bump all the noise. We don't have time for that because whatever y'all talking about wasn't working because we wasn't winning.
Y'all wasn't ready for that truth. Y'all wasn't ready for that truth. Honey, talk it. And I think you got the right personality and disposition for the role because you can shake them haters off in a heartbeat.
Right.
Or you just outrun them.
Yeah. I still
think we ought to do our 5K fundraiser.
We should do that.
I won't be I'll be walking it.
Yeah.
I'm not running.
No, you can. We can do a run walk. But, I don't want it to seem like, people say, like, if you're not on the bus, we can kick you off the bus. The train is moving. No. I believe all of that. Like, we gonna move.
Yeah.
But I would like for everybody to come along. Now, if you try to stop the progress, that's a different conversation. But there's space in this party work for everybody. And it don't have to be directly in the party. It can be adjacent to the party, right? So just find your lane and do the work so that we can have better communities, better education, better all of the things for our people. So
I'm so glad you're here. I can finally change my record and I can say something else because you are saying exactly what I've been saying since 2017. We all have our gifts.
Yeah.
You bring your gift to the movement and move this train. There's enough sun for all of us to shine.
Right.
Now I can talk about something else now. Lady Z, executive director, y'all, the band is starting to play. I just wanted to make sure that I got my ED in here before the show was over. Thank you for slotting me.
Yes.
Thank you for putting me. I've been doing this show since 2017. This is the first time I got a slot.
Yeah, man.
That's all I'm saying.
What you mean?
That's all I'm saying. I've been doing it. Hey, that's what's up. Excuse me. So, y'all, Indiana's own Dana Black. Turn left. We were live on the porch here in French Lick. You've heard from people who are doing the work in the community. They not talking about it. They being about it. They rolling up their sleeves. They're recruiting people. They're encouraging young people. They're encouraging marginalized communities. Trust my white folks sometimes be letting me know when I be too black. I don't know what that means. Because my last name is Black. I don't understand how I could possibly ever be too black. That being said, black people are only 9% of the population in the entire state. I'm gonna say that again. We're 9% of the population in the entire state. So if something ain't going the way statewide that it should, Let's all look in the mirror. That's all I'm saying. And know that there are people out here ready to do the work. Stop looking. I know people want to hang out with those they feel most comfortable with, but get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And let's get this work done. All right, I got a show lined up for next Thursday night. You know, it's 6 to 7 p.m. on Facebook Live. Always, if you missed the live broadcast, you can catch Indiana's own Dana Black Turn Left on my YouTube page. And if you are out jogging with Zanae doing a 5K, you can take me with you on Spotify and iTunes. I thank everybody that tuned in for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or all 60. We appreciate you, and next year you come and visit us on the porch. I will holler at y'all next time. Peace. Turn Left is the property of Black Pearl IT Solutions. Executive producer, Indiana's own Dana Black. Music by www.bensound.com.